Patrick's Day, and the man is with me. I just wear the green coat. You're wearing green shamrock, and all. You're very, very, very festive, and it's nice to see Feargal McCormack here on an unusual enough day. It's a day off.
It's a day off, Ron.
And you're taking it easy.
Yes, taking it
Will you
easy.
go to the parade?
No, I plan to go to church service with family. And then I'm going to Club Park this afternoon.
What's on? Oh, it's the All-Ireland today
Club.
club.
Yeah.
What about Slough-Neil?
Slough-Neil. Well, you know, I do think that the Galway team will be favourites.
Yes.
Despite up north here, people think Slough-Neil.
Yeah.
But I think it would be tremendous for a community, and indeed for Ulster, if Slough-Neil could win. And I hope they. I hope they do. But
it's
I hope
quite
overall,
nice, isn't it? Yeah.
Overall, I hope we get a lovely. St Patrick's Day in Club Park is a lovely day. Club
Yeah.
Finals Day, I was there last year as well. I think I told you last year, and there's a lovely atmosphere, and it's a nice family occasion.
Yeah, lovely altogether. And those Slough-Neil people, it's quite an isolated community, aren't they?
Yeah, it's in the parish of Granahan. There's two Gaelic football clubs there, Swatra and Slough-Neil, and there's an old Greek, some people call it affectionately to them, some people, Slough-Neil don't like it, but they're referred to quite often locally as the Galabas. And
they'd have to see the joke of it, wouldn't they?
It's a bit, I think, Greek warriors. But
yeah.
But I mean, I can tell you they're certainly doing plenty of the Galibas. I'm trying to pronounce it Galibas or Galibas. I'm not sure, but Galibas maybe. But
yeah.
Without doubt, they have done their area proud. And
they're the guys who beat Crossmaglen, didn't they? I think they did on the way to the. They may or may not have.
No,
done,
they didn't
sure.
beat Crossmaglen, but they beat Oma in the final.
Yeah.
But no, it was a very good. They beat St Vincent's Dublin in the semi-final.
That's right. Vincent's would have been a hard enough to crack.
Very hard. Yeah, no. Look, it's a good day out. A day for. You know, you don't need to be associated with either the teams to go to Club Park on a St Patrick's Day.
Yeah, you breathe in the atmosphere. And memories of Micheál O'Hare come flooding back to me in the voice, and greeting people around the world and all the rest of it.
I've got, I think it's the Galubas, by the way.
The Galubas.
I think that's how you pronounce it. But I can tell you one thing: they're very nice people, very friendly people.
Whatever the Galubas may have been like, the Slough-Neil people are good people.
But certainly Slough-Neil can be very proud of what they've achieved as a community and as a club.
Yeah. Ross Trevor, Tinley is doing well in association with. They're now building Lidl over Ireland.
Yeah, I mean, not only Ireland, Tinley Construction in Rostrevor would be, I think, the principal builder of Lidl stores on the island of Ireland, and indeed are building a number, I understand, in England. Gerard Tinley, a very good. That's a good business, and the expansion of Lidl. I mean, interesting in today's newspapers. Their turnover is up 17% in Northern Ireland in 1 year. So Lidl is certainly forming a close association with the Northern Ireland public.
There's some, I said earlier to you, a few years ago, one wouldn't have darkened its door, and you had all the advertising of Sainsbury's and Tesco all there. Now, for goodness sake, you're seeing less of that and more of Lidl's advertising.
Well, again, to be fair, Lidl have a role to play, as have Sainsbury's, as have Tesco.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they're all fine stores, and we're fortunate in the area that we have all three of them here in the city. But I think they all bring a particular expertise or niche to the market.
Absolutely. The world is going green today, Feargal. Paddy's Day. That green equals business in terms of tourism.
Well, I think if you think of the word branding, if you think around the world today, St Patrick's, there's not many countries' National Saints Day is so recognised in terms of world recognition as St Patrick's Day. And you always remember this island only consists of 5.5 million people, and it's an amazing warmth to the diversity of the Irish nation, that around the world today, people want to celebrate with the Irish.
Isn't it funny?
And most of them not Irish, by the way, but they want to come and celebrate with the Irish.
We seem to be strangely loved for some reason across the planet.
I wouldn't say strangely. I hope that we have a number of attributes such as integrity, fun, good personalities. We're also recognising that, like any person, any organisation, any country, we have to improve.
Yes.
We have to catch ourselves on at times. But you know, you can go anywhere around the world, Rowan, but I think very few people want to lose their Irishness.
That's true.
It's one of those passports that can take you virtually anywhere.
Without a shadow.
And in terms of business, which I think was your original point, I think there is no doubt that the globalization of St. Patrick does a lot of good for business. It's a particularly important time for business involved in global exports. It's a particularly important time for business involved in America. There's a lot of American business events around St. Patrick's Day. In the sporting calendar, you think of Cheltenham always around St. Patrick's Day. And certainly I think the idea, I've heard some criticism this morning as I was driving in, the idea of lighting up Stormont Green.
That's it's a new one.
It is, but you know, it cost 95,000. I think that has to be seen in the proper context. It's not the, as I would see it, it's not the greening of Stormont today. It's the picture that will send out around the world. And to be honest with you, in terms of newspaper space, you wouldn't see 95,000 if we get it right. But it has to be a symbolism of a community at ease, of a people coming together. If it's a symbolism or perceived as a symbolism of dominance, it won't work. This has to be. We have to, as a people, we have to embrace St. Patrick, and we have to embrace St. Patrick as something, and as someone who embraces all cultures on our island.
Absolutely. Interestingly, Mitchell McLaughlin, the first Sinn Féin speaker of Stormont, he's talking about the symbolism that's contained within Stormont, all of the bric-a-brac of symbolism. He's saying he wouldn't move any of it, but he wants it expanded, more symbolism in order to accommodate the traditions of the rest of the province.
Well, I obviously don't want to get into politics, but I certainly wouldn't remove anything that's there. But I do believe that it is appropriate that a broader reflection of society is reflected in all public buildings. And by the way, that equally comes to a public building in Newry, where it's important that if we have public buildings in Newry, that they reflect a broad society as well.
Yes, absolutely. Why wouldn't you get into politics? You'd be a damn good politician.
I admire politicians. I'm one of the few people that believe that most senior politicians would have gone to the top in their chosen life.
Yes,
the reason I wouldn't get into politics is very simple.
I sprung that one on him.
I believe you get into politics to make a difference.
Yes.
And I admire those people who do it. I have chosen to try and make a difference in other ways. But I am totally committed to the concept of trying to make a positive difference for community and for life.
That's as good as it gets. That's a very good reason for not going into politics. Thank you, Feargal. Have a great St. Paddy's Day, and take a breath of air for me and in Croke Park, and put your arms around it and remember the good old days.
Thank you, Rowan. I have to say, if you don't mind me saying it, I haven't yet been won over to that term St. Paddy's Day. I'm still a St. Patrick's Day.
I would be too.
But having said that, yes, and listen, have a great day yourself. And
Thank you.
We're lucky. The weather's up, and for what else could we be doing better on a St. Patrick's Day than out with the family and a bit of fresh air?
Thanks be to God for it.
Thanks again.
You go well, travel well, and be safe.
Thanks, Rowan.
God bless you, Feargal.
I know.